Welcome back to the channel. Drew here, and the 2023 Ford Maverick has sold out in less than 5 days, which makes many of you who have a 22 Ford Maverick think this may be the perfect opportunity to cash out on your Maverick, sell it for a profit. I'm going to tell you in this video why I recommend you probably should not do that. Let's talk about it. Let's jump in. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and let's get the elephant out of the room here first off. I am selling. I actually just sold this Maverick behind me, had for 7.5 months, and I've been kind of forced somewhat to sell it. I'll tell you that why in a little bit, but I want to make the case why you should not sell your Ford Maverick and cash out, even if you can make $4,000 or $5,000 or more. And the first reason is, it's very simply, is the retail sales rush is over. In the sense that, look, 6 months ago, you could take your car, you could buy it, pick it up from the lot, and immediately take it to Carvana, and you could sell it for $7,000, $8,000 and make a quick profit. And many people did this. Opportunists did this. But that buying market is completely changed. If you haven't seen my video on the collapsing used car market, you should watch that. Even if you're not in the tour business, it'll help you as far as understanding what's going on. But right now, people, the Vrooms and the Carvanas, those companies are in deep trouble right now, and you know, they were not profitable in the most lucrative time to be selling used cars. And so their ability to be profitable going into, and you can do your own research on YouTube videos on those type of companies, but especially Carvana. But they're going to have a difficult time to being profitable going into a recession. And you're also seeing, you know, dealership like CarMaxes and regular dealerships are just not overpaying for cars anymore. In fact, when I went to get my truck appraised, I was really surprised on the value that they gave a vehicle with only 8,000 miles, one of the hottest vehicles on the market. They gave me a value on this vehicle of between $28,500 and maxing out, even, you know, multiple offers, I could only get about $30,500, which, you know, obviously it's a lot more than I paid for it, but it's not really what I wanted to look at as a way to cash out of a vehicle. So the retail rush is over. Retail establishments are just not overpaying, and the reason they're not is because they're always going by the last 2 months of data, and they're looking at MMR, looking at what things are selling for. And so in the past, as values were going up, they were almost, you know, grading their appraisals on a curve, in that, well, this is what the car's worth right now, it could be worth a little bit more, and they were selling it at. Now many dealerships and many people who are selling used cars, they've been getting punished with vehicles that they've overpaid for, so they're almost scared to pay top dollar. They're scared because they have to look at what the price that they're going to pay, and then what if it drops $1,000 or $2,000? Can we still make a profit? Can we still sell this vehicle? And so, you know, when I was looking online as far as what retail used Mavericks are going for, I'm looking at $35,000, $36,000 minimum, all the way up to $40,000 or more. And so I really felt like I would get a better offer from the retail establishments. And but they're being ultra conservative. Many of them reminded me that the MSRP on the vehicle was $25,000, and I should be grateful for this offer of $28,500. The bottom line is the ability to just take your vehicle and easily go and get a large amount of profit is over. And so that leads me to the next point, is the benefit of keeping the truck. So there's a lot of benefits to having a Ford Maverick. The biggest one is, especially the hybrid. If you have the hybrid version, this is mostly what I'm talking about in this video. The big benefit to the hybrid Maverick is the gas mileage. And so the benefit to keeping that truck, if you don't have the truck, if you sell the truck, then you're going to have to drive something else. And most likely, it will be something with less gas mileage, less MPGs than the Ford Maverick. So now, I did some quick, simple math here. And you know, if the average consumer fills up their gas tank 2.5 times a month, and the average gas tank is 18 gallons of gas, right? And the average price of fuel is $4 a gallon. These are all pretty just simple, easy numbers. Then average consumer is going to spend around $2,160 in gasoline for the year. Okay, so if the average car that would be replacing the Maverick, that you'd be driving without the Maverick, gets 30 miles per gallon, which I think is pretty reasonable. The Maverick itself, to you, where you're going to use 40 miles per gallon. If you're taking 40 miles per gallon and 30 miles per gallon, it's a 25% savings, which means the average consumer is going to save somewhere around $540 a year just in fuel savings. In a couple years, that's $1,000. Now, if the car you're replacing with it gets 25 miles per gallon, then you can add another $250, so $750. If the car you're driving gets 20 miles per gallon, which is very common for maybe a older SUV or any type of pickup truck, you're going to be lucky to get 20 miles per gallon. Then your gas savings jumps up to well over $1,000, and so that's not nothing. That's a great savings as far as fuel economy. Of course, there's other savings for the Maverick. It's very practical. It's a vehicle that fits multiple people. It's got space in the back. You can just use it for a lot of things. And I've enjoyed having this truck for 7 months. Now, if you have an EcoBoost, there's more of a case to sell the vehicle, because as they produce more and more of the EcoBoost, so the vehicles, they're going to be more and more out there. If you don't know the numbers of Ford production for 2022, they wanted to make 40% hybrids, 60% EcoBoost. For 2023, which sold out in 5 days, they're actually making less of the hybrids. They're making 35% of the hybrids and 65% of the EcoBoost, which means there's going to be 2 EcoBoosts to every 1 hybrid, and with gas prices still substantially high, obviously there's a great demand for the hybrid, which will be less and less out there. So I'm specifically talking about the hybrids. Number 3, one reason why it may not be a good idea to unload your Maverick, even if you can make a few $1,000s in profit, is because the depreciation on the vehicle will be minimal. Now, I did a video, controversial video for some, that I predicted that if you purchased a 2022 Ford Maverick hybrid and you didn't drive a lot of miles, that the vehicle would not depreciate for 10 years. You can watch that video and you can put a comment if you agree with me or not. But I predict that if you paid $21,000, $22,000, $23,000, $24,000, which is what most people paid on the hybrids, whether they got an XL or XLT, I predict that with inflation the way it is, over the next 10 years, that the vehicle's going to be worth somewhat close to what you paid for it. Because the things we just talked about, 1 hybrid for every EcoBoost, we saw the entire year of 2023 sell out in less than 5 days, which means there'll be automatic run-on in 2024, and then maybe 2025, production will be up and people will actually be able to purchase it a little bit like traditionally how they would buy a vehicle. This means that the dealerships are going to have minimal hybrids, because a lot of them are all custom orders. And so, in fact, I went by 2 Ford dealerships today, and they finally do have a couple hybrid Mavericks out there, 22s, and the market adjustment on them were $11,000, and another dealership was $8,000. So, and I don't see why you couldn't drive the truck for another year or 18 months or even 2 years and sell it for close to what you could sell it right now, which means you'll be driving the vehicle for up to 2.5 years and for free. So I think that's a pretty winning proposition instead of taking that quick cash that's right now. Hopefully this is helpful. Until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in.